Welcome to the fastest stop in town. Today we're learning Masechta Sanhedrin Daf Tes Vav. We are going to begin on the very bottom of Yud Daled Amud Beis. Erchin. When it comes to Erchin, which has to do with assessing the value, the question is, how is it possible it's on anything except for a person? Says Rashi, Lo shayach gabi kelim el b'adam. It's only Erchin is shayach on a person. And it depends on one's gender and age, how much you have to pay to the Beis HaMikdash. So cool. So my erchen, the metaltalin. What does it mean erchen metaltalin? It doesn't make any sense because metaltalin isn't a kli. So Rav Gidol Marav. So we have a few answers. One is ba'omer orech kli ze olai, that the value of this kli is upon me. Rav Gidol Marav. As we continue to test vav of an olive, ba'omer erech kli ze olai. A person makes the statement nois and dama, so he doesn't have to pay its value. Says Rashi, Kamosha who shava how much this kli is worth. Diodea who she'ain loimer loshen erech kli, because everyone knows, right? You must know this, that there's no din erechin on kalim. So obviously he didn't mean that. And ein adam might devar b'vatala. A person doesn't say something for no reason. Can you imagine that if that would be applying nowadays? But that's how it was. People didn't just say things for no reason, and therefore he obviously meant it to be on himself, and therefore the din is that he would have to pay the value of its kli. So my tamadim yadesh kli, but gamar b'yarmel l'shem damim misham hachi noisan dama. That's the reason why he has to pay its value. So hi erchen hamataltalin erchen shel metaltalin meboile. So today you're right. You should instead insert the words erchen shel metaltalin. Okay, that's answer number one. Rav Chisda Eimer avimi be matvis metaltalin erchen. So what happened over here? He is saying that the metaltalin will be used to pay for the erchen. So he was typhus. He held onto the metaltalin for the erchen, which is actually on himself that he was going to pay. So hi erchen metaltalin shel erchen meboil. Okay, today metaltalin shel erchen. Amend the language. Rav Avo gives a third and final answer. A person says the erech is on me, but I didn't pay it. So ba koyin ligvais memenu. Now when the coin wishes to collect metaltalin, if he wishes to collect metaltalin b'shloisha, he can take it with 3. Karkais, if he wishes to take land, then basara. So Amr Rav Achim Adifnu Ravina Bishlam Lafuki Mehakdish, to take from Hakdish meaning Shloisha. Understand, you need 3. Elalui Lahakdish Shloisha Lamli. Why do you need 3 to make it Hakdish? Emlei Svarhu Malulu Mai Afuki Mai Taima Dilma Toy Ayulinami Dilma Toy. It's the same reason whether it goes in or out, whether it is to Hektish or away from Hektish, we're concerned of a mistake. And therefore that's the reason we want to have a group of 3. Question 3. So there's 3 answers. Either, as we said, a person says that the value of this kli will be upon me, I will pay its value, or a person says this metaltalin I was typhus and I'm going to pay my value of erchin, which is on a person, with this kli, with this, that's what I'm going to pay up my erchin with. Or a person made a din erchin on himself, but he didn't pay, and the Kohen wishes to collect. The Gemara continues. Rabbi Yehuda Eimer Chul Amar Le Rapapul Abayz Abisham Rabbi Yehuda Haner Eksiv Kohen. It says Kohen over there. El Rabban Kohen Lamulhu Kasha. Doesn't say Kohen, so why would he think that you need to have a Kohen? Right? The Rabbanon don't require a Kohen. So why does it say it? Right? Why does it say the word Kohen? You don't need it. So it's a good kasha. Hakar kois tisha koyin. When it comes to land, you have to have 9 and also a koyin. Minani mili samar shmuel asar kohanim ksubim b'parsha. It says kohanim 10 times in the parsha. Chad the goofy, 1 is for the thing itself because ain't darshan chilus. Hanoch, the other 9 times havimiyad v'achar miyad v'in miyad el rabbis. They feel test Yisrael v'echad koyin. So Maskov Rav Huna Rav Nosson Eva Chamisha Kohanim Chamisha Yisrael Kasha. So Gemara, we've had elsewhere in Shas. How do you know it's to exclude all the way to 9 Yisrael, and maybe it's just like 50-50? Okay, weiter. Ba'adam ki yaitz behen, says Rashi, ki karkais, that a person is like land. The boy nami tishva kayin v'shoymoy. You need 10, including a kayin, in that 10 for its evaluation. So Adam mi kadosh, understand how is a person kadosh? Amar Rabbi be oimer, person says the male lie that my value is what I am accepting upon myself. The sign harm the male lie shaman oiso ke'eved hanimcha b'shuk. We evaluate this person like he's an eved. The eved is karkais, and we know there's a hekish of an eved to karka. As the pasuk says, so therefore, because of that, the din is that you need also 10 when it comes to an adam. So he asks a question. When it comes to Seyar, Hayar, Ha'oimid Ligzais, which is about to be cut, I guess my Seyar is Oimid Ligzais, I need a haircut, Bekama. So the question is, if it has value, so the question is, how many people do you need? Do you need Kigozu is dami? Do we say it's like it's ki'u, like it's cut? It was shloisha, and therefore you only need 3. Says Rashi v'ikdishu. You're makdish v'lifdais b'shav. You want to be able to evaluate it to be able to redeem it. So is it like metaltalin and therefore you only need 3? Okamechober dami basar, because it's still attached to my head, right? So maybe you need 10 because it's like karka. So is it metaltalin or karka? Tashma. Hamatish says avdoi, person Matish's servant in Moalan boy. There's no din mi'ula. Says Rashi. The Eved Haru Karka, because as we said, an Eved is like land. Vein Me'il Bekarka. There's no din Me'il on Karka, as it's brought down in Sechtas Me'ila. We learn out Gzer Shava Chet Metruma in Perik HaNehene. Hashem go Eimer Me'olin B'Seir B'Saro. You can actually, there is a din Me'ila, not on the Eved himself, but on his hair. But Kaimalan, the B'Saro Ha'im Ligzois Pligi. Shema Mina. So we see it must be that's the machlokis, whether or not the hair, which is Aim Ligzois, does it have it in karka, or does it have it in metaltalin? Tanoi kahani tanoi. Maybe they're comparable to this machlos tonight. That not. Rameir oimer yesh devarchashen kikarka ve'en kikarka. There are certain things that are like land and not like land. Ve'en chacham and moedin loy. Chacham disagree with this statement. Ketzad eskafanim tu'unais masar telecha. 10 laden grapevines and grape fields I've given to you. No, you only gave me 5. So is this a case? I mean, you might have been mixed as a taina where you're at least admitting to 5 when really the other person is claiming I gave you 10. So Rameir Mechayev. Rameir holds that you're chayev to make a shvua on might have been mixed because it's considered to be tolush. And therefore, since it's already picked, and therefore it's a din of metaltalin, and we do make a shvua on metaltalin. We don't make a shvua on land, and therefore, because of that, we don't make a shvua, even if it's oimed ligzois. We're talking about again these grapes that are ready to be picked. Marsavar kibitzoris damin, marsavar lav kibitzoris damin. So chayra, it's the same thing as the hair. Grapes are like hair. Hair is about to be cut. Grapes are about to be picked. Well, if you look at Rameir, Radkan, come Rameir Hasam. Well, only time Rameir said his din by the grapes. Kol kam b'deshavkulahu mechashchachshi. As long as these grapes stay on the ground, they're going to get weaker. So therefore, you want to remove them. Sa'aro, my beautiful hair. The longer it stays, it's going to grow and get nicer. So maybe the din is different. Question 4. So one is, if you're makdish your eved, is there din me'il on his hair, if it's oimid ligzais, or if you're makdish your hair and you want to redeem it, the question is, do you need to do so like with only 3 because it's metaltalin, because it's cut off, or 10 because it's still mechover? Din nefashos hu. So when it comes to din nefashos, we mentioned 23. So pasuk batani, we were very clear and we were very inclusive. Losh noroi ve'zach losh noroi ve'nekeva. It doesn't make it if we're dealing with a male or a female. Either way, we're going to kill the animal. Now bishlam or roiva, I can understand what's a male animal. Nekeva, Bishlam Araiva Nekeva. I can understand if we're dealing with a Nekeva, Dechsiv Harakta Sa'isha Vesabahema. It says you killed a woman and the animal. Now, what does it mean when we're talking about the animal? We're talking about the animal as a male animal who cohabited, if I can use that word properly, with the woman. So the pasuk is clearly talking about a male animal. Elo Raiva. in a situation where the animal sodomized a zachar menolan. I understand where the animal was with a woman, but how do we know? Because the pasuk says ratas isha v'yasa behema. But how do we know if an animal sodomizes a man? Menolan. Dechsev kol shaychev v'mehema mos yumas. If it's, we don't need it for the man doing it, because obviously if the man, he was active, certainly he's chayiv. Even if he was the passive person who was sodomized by this male animal. The Afkar Rachman b'lashon shaychev akush nishkav l'shaychev. Mar shaychev hu ubehemtai besav shloisha av nishkav hu ubehemtai besav shloisha 23. Sure, nishkav besav shloisha. So we know of an animal that gores and kills. So the din is that it'll be killed. And therefore, you need 23. So in Ramar Hashar Yisakil, we kill the shore, the gam bal of Yumas. And we also kill the owner. Now, obviously, we don't kill the owner because the animal killed. But the fact is, we learn this drasha. Kamisas abam kach misas ashor. That just like when we would sentence a person to death, we need 23. So too when it comes to the shore, 23. Amali abaya Rava Mamayda Havigabab Yumas Lakashia Misas Abalim Kach Misas Ashor Hudas. How do we know that this is the proper direction of the drasha as we continue to test of Bays? Emel Katal Hudasa says Rashi Lachai Misa Labalav V'Nechayvi Misa. Maybe it's coming to tell you, Take, that the animal that kills, just like we kill the animal, we kill the person. We mamish will kill the owner. Im Kain Lichta V'Gambalav. Just let's say v'gam balav, v'lishtaik. So why does it say v'gam balav yumos? Just say v'gam balav, and then we'd include the balav together with the ox would be killed. V'lishtaik. Ikasem rachman hachi no hava mina b'skila. You would think that it would be skila. So b'skila sakadaitach katol ihu b'sayif memoyne b'skila. Understand? Doesn't make any sense. We're going to kill him with sayif, and his money was skila. But Dilma hike the kasam rachmani yumas la'akuli lahu. Maybe it's coming to be lenient. La'fuki masayif l'chenek. Maybe just to make a distinction between from sayif to chenek. Now, 1 second. How is that lenient? That's only if you say that chenek is more strict, and therefore, maybe that's what's coming to tell you. Elaman diyermer chenek kil ma'yukamemar. Right? So there's a machlokis. I believe Tanakam Rav Shimon, just like by skill and Sereif, also by Cherek V'Henek, which we'll get to, which one's more chomer. It says that it'll be placed upon the owner. Now, if you want to tell me we have to kill the owner, right, if he's chayiv to be killed, then he wouldn't have to pay, right? So the fact that it says that obviously means he's not going to be killed. Says Rashi. You could ask, maybe it's just come to tell you that what happens, we kill him with a sayef, and we kill the animal with chenek. If you hold chenek is more chomer, so therefore, since the animal did something wrong, so we'll kill the animal with chenek. Maybe it's just coming to tell you that the misas chenek. Okay, so the Gemara says Adarabba Mishum hi gufa kato ihu lo tistile memaina el bakatola. When you can't say that. So the fact again, if he's chayav to be killed, he doesn't have to pay. No, maybe we don't say that. Mishum hi gufa, says Rashi. Mishum hach kasha gufa. The low tema for that question itself, don't say lo sichel kaifer kasav rachmana v'liktel kasav rachmana v'nosin pidin l'nafshel l'meir dehecha dekatel ihu, where he's killed lo tesagli b'mayna avol katel shayra sagli b'mayna. But if you kill the ox, then he just pays. The ilo yoiv kaifer chayiv chenek. If he doesn't pay, he's going to be killed. Right? Is that what you're trying to tell me? So if he doesn't pay, he gets killed. If he does pay, then he doesn't get killed. If he's killed, if the animal's killed, so if not, maybe he's killed. That's what it sounds like it's saying. That the only reason why, based on your svara, maybe, that only reason why he will not be killed is only because he will pay, which is mashma. If he doesn't pay, he would be killed. We know he's never killed. Now, Omer Chizke v'chein Tanamei Bechizke Omer Kra Mos Yumos Hamakil Reitzechu Al Ritzichaso Atar Hargo V'Atar Hargo Al Ritzichas Shoyrei. So this is very clear that the reason why a person will ever be killed is, as the pasuk says explicitly, it's only Reitzeach, the one who kills someone else. But if your animal, your property kills, then you're not going to be killed. So there's no question that it cannot be referring to the other way, the other direction. That just like we kill the animal, we kill the person. No, because we don't ever kill the person, no matter what, even if he doesn't pay. However, that doesn't make any difference. Therefore, he's never going to be killed. So therefore, it must be that just like in the event where he would be killed by murdering someone, and you need 23, so too you need 23. Iboihu, Shor Sinai Bekama. What is a Shor Sinai? It says Rashi, Behema Shikarvel Har, Ba'oid Shashchina Sham. The Torah said, Im Behema, Im Ishul Yala, El Har Hahu, that there was the Shloshis Magvola, that you were not allowed to go anywhere near Har Sinai. And if an animal did come, what do we do to that animal? Migamer Sham Adaitis Olo. Do we learn out? The question is, how many dayanim would you need to kill this animal? So Tashma, the Tani Rabbi Bar Yecheskel, the pasuk says, Im behema im ishul yechya. Ma ish b'chav gimel, la behema chav gimel. So apparently it doesn't make any difference. Even if it was an animal went up by Har Sinai, that animal also would be killed only in the presence of a Beis Din of 23. Ha'ari v'hazev chulu. Okay, let's stop 1 second. Let's see if there's any questions. Question TA24. All right, we did this already, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. TA24. L'inyan ma pligi tana I serach ayman ligzois kegozuz dami olo. So we had over here this question, which is actually question 4. This is TA24. And basically the question is the hair of the Eved, which is Oymed Ligzois, is that considered to be like that there's a din me'ila on it? Or when it comes to hair, the din is if you're a makdish it, the question is it considered to be like karka or metalton, whether you need 10 or 3. Okay. TB25, same thing. So my nafkamina, exactly the same question. I'll see what I wrote. Hopefully I wrote the right answer. This is TB25. Im din kekarka v'sar chasar b'nei yadam o kamatatam v'sagim b'gimel to assess its value. Im yesh chiyim il olo. I would say again al hasayar, but obviously that's what we're referring to. Shel eved. Write it that way. Yeah, you probably needed to add a little bit there. Okay. All right, let's keep on going. So we're now talking about a bunch of animals that kill. The din is, it's similar to a shor niskol, as we saw in Tfilos HaShachar and Brachos, and that it doesn't make any difference what type of an animal it is, it will be killed for killing. Now, in this, the Gemara continues and says as follows. Let's go back to Tesvav Beis. Ha'ari v'hazeh v'chu. That's only if the animal killed already. The opinion that says kol kodim zoiche, anyone who's first can kill it, whoever wishes can kill it, is only if the animal killed already. Of a lo hamisu loy, but if it didn't kill before, then the answer is no. Then you cannot take the matter into your own hands. So based on that, al maksamer must hold yesh lehem tarvus. It must be that you can train such animals, says Rashi, mutul gadlon, you could even graze them. Maybe you could teach these animals, which seem pretty wild to me, not to damage. Hilkach, shem bailim nikrolehem, there's a din of being an owner. V'lo havi kehefker, not ownerless. Yasol hargan imul hamisu, you can't just kill these animals for no reason. But if it did get killed, but if, let's say, they do kill, so it's clear that this was not a trainable animal, and therefore it can be killed by anyone. V'yesh baal. Rabbi Yochanan oimer afal pi shelo hamisu. Even if it never killed before, you can just kill them, which means they're basically half can just kill them because they're dangerous, can never be trained. Al maksaver inlehem tarbas ve'inlehem baal. Tanan. Rabbi Lezer oimer kol hakoydim l'hargan zacha. Anyone who wishes to kill them can. Now Bishlam Rabbi Yochanan, I can understand according to the shita of Rabbi Yochanan, who argues with the shita of Reish Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan says these animals cannot be healed; they cannot be tamed. So Lomai Zacha Zachul Ayrin. He says that you, by killing them because they're totally hefker, you can keep their hides because they belong to no one. So you might as well be able to keep anything of the animal. Reish Lakish Lomai Zacha. I understand. What do you zaycha? Kivan shehamisu shavanu rabbanan command the gomer dinayu. So the fact that you killed it, it's considered like there's a gemar din on this animal, and then Asiri Hananinu has the same din like we saw in the second parak in Psachim regarding a shor haniskol, that the din is also bahana, and therefore you can't get any hana from anything, even its hides. The Asiri Hananinu. So my zacha. So zacha l'shemayim. Zochel Shemayim, says Rashi, tzedakah asa. You did a good act. Basically, you are praiseworthy for killing it and getting this dangerous animal out of our way. So any animals b'chaf gimel, you need 23. When it comes to a shore that kills, yes, 23. And therefore you don't need the 23. The difference is a snake, says Rashi. He compares these the animals to a snake is the same. And therefore a snake needs 23. He doesn't hold like that. He holds like that bar menachash. He holds that a nachash is mudal oilam. Okay. No, it's not trainable. Ein donin chulu. And we're going to stop there. All right, let's see if there's another question. No question there. We saw TA24. We saw TB25. Rabbi Gibber. So, Mahu Erchin Metaltalin, I got something wrong here. Bishloishim to come a mishtav in Erchin El B'bnei Adam. So I wrote, I say on the Metaltalin and Poshid, I know it means nothing. It goes on the person. That's not really true. Has Kedusha on the table, Mashal, and he wants to remove the Kedusha off. He's Erchin on himself, and the Kohen comes to take Metaltalin. Okay, because he doesn't pay. All right. Leinin Ezedin Matsino Chiluk Begamara Iser Oimelingus Kagosus Dami. Do you need 3 or 10? And I wrote Maida B'Mixas. Okay, that ran a little bit more right there. Right? If is there a din Maida B'Mixas Sataina? Okay, by the hair. Okay. All right. Question 7. Ha'im be'inan based in Shalchaf Gimel Harga Shor Sinai. Yes. Ma'u kvanas Rabbi Lezer Mishnah Shemer Kol Hakoidim Hargan Zacha. Ma'u Zacha. Either means it skins or L'Shemayim. And that is it. Adkan.